Former AEW World Tag Team Champion Rey Fenix deletes tweets about inhumane treatment suggested at All Elite Wrestling. Meanwhile, his possible future employers WWE are said to be surprised by his recent tweets. The Winged Eagle WWE Championship could be returning for one night only at Saturday night's main event this weekend. We'll let you know all the details on that. Adam Cole earns a shot at MJF's Dynamite Diamond Ring at the AEW World's End pay-per-view event. Speaking of that pay-per-view, the AEW World Championship match has been confirmed for the show. We've got the latest results of the Continental Classic from last night's Dynamite Winter is Coming special. Toni Storm returns during Dynamite last night at Winter is Coming, but in her old gimmick. We'll let you know the details on that one. Plus, we have the ratings for Monday's edition of Raw on USA Network. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. Let's begin with Rey Fenix. Now, after whipping up a frenzy with social media posts aimed at AEW and their alleged inhumane treatment of him, Rey Fenix has deleted said post as he seeks an exit from the promotion. Fenix is believed to be signed to All Elite Wrestling well into 2025 after the company added injury time to his current contract, with WWE believed to be wanting to sign Fenix upon the expiration of his deal. Brother Penta El Zero Miedo departed AEW in early December and is expected to join WWE at some point. In a series of posts on X, Fenix alleged, quote, inhumane treatment, allegedly by All Elite Wrestling, adding that they ignored his request for medical treatment for months. Fenix has deleted the posts, which allegedly surprised many backstage in WWE. We'll talk about that in just a second. The question of medical care in AEW has become a debate amongst fans and professionals online, with Anthony Henry revealing that when he broke his jaw earlier in 2024, AEW didn't pay for his medical expenses. But seeing as it happened on an indie show, Henry didn't expect them to, revealing that Deadlock Pro Wrestling, where the injury occurred, helped him out with the injury. Of course, CM Punk previously also stated, after he tore his tricep in 2022 and in the aftermath of the Brawl Out incident at AEW All Out 2022, that AEW didn't contact him for months and he was forced to get and book and sort the surgery himself. Now, when it comes to WWE's reaction to all of this, this is where it also gets quite interesting. Now, as I mentioned, Fenix replied to a report on social media which claimed that AEW adding injury time to his contract was a huge injustice and was not related to AEW discovering that the Lucha Brothers had been in talks with WWE despite being under contract with AEW at the time. Other reports have since reiterated that AEW were upset upon discovering Rey Fenix and Penta El Zero Miedo were in negotiations with WWE while still signed to All Elite Wrestling. Therefore, AEW added 1 year of injury time to Rey Fenix's deal and he signed to the promotion until well into 2025. Now, addressing Rey Fenix's tweets, WrestleVotes reported on a Backstage Pass Q&A that there was surprise about the post within WWE. Quote, hearing that there were those in WWE that were surprised with the Rey Fenix tweets. Not to say they're not interested anymore, I'm sure that didn't change, but there were some eyebrows raised over those tweets, especially if you're going to put it out there publicly. I think WWE is going to do some digging into what's going on. That doctor one, my phone started to buzz a little bit afterwards, just a surprise from a few WWE staffers that didn't really have a pulse onto what may or may not be going on over there with Rey Fenix, WrestleVote said. Now, although, as I mentioned, Rey Fenix is under contract with AEW, Penta El Zero Miedo is now a free agent and is said to be heavily in demand. Of course, we get any more details on the story regarding Rey Fenix, these tweets, a possible move to WWE, a possible exit from AEW, we'll of course let you know in an upcoming video. Now, the Winged Eagle WWE Championship. This is something that Cody Rhodes has wanted to return for quite some time, and given that Saturday night's main event this coming weekend is going to be a throwback to the 80s, it might just be the perfect time for the iconic championship bout to reappear. Only a few days remain until the return of WWE Saturday night's main event, and if one was a WWE fan, it's hard to think it could be bigger than 4 championship matches, including Cody Rhodes defending the undisputed WWE Championship against Kevin Owens. But just in case anyone was still on the fence, WWE Chief Content Officer Triple H has emerged to tease fans and Cody Rhodes with a special surprise. Taken to X on Wednesday, Triple H posted a video of him having a conversation with Rhodes after highlights of past Saturday night's main event were played and talking about the upcoming special's retro feel. Triple H showcased and showed Cody Rhodes a case and was inside there was something for the champion. Before walking out, Triple H stressed to Rhodes that this was for one night only, echoing the text Triple H included in the tweet. Like a scene out of Pulp Fiction, Rhodes proceeded to open the case, where he gazed upon a gold light. Rhodes looked up at the camera and grinned before locking up the case and carrying it away. Now, the first thoughts of many will have is regarding what's inside the case is the winged eagle design of the old WWE Championship, which was the design for the title during the 80s and 90s. Shortly after Triple H's post, it looks like there's a lot more details on this, courtesy of Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select. As I mentioned, on December 11th, WWE posted a video in which Triple H gave undisputed WWE Champion Cody Rhodes a gift ahead of Saturday night's main event. Triple H commented on the old school nature of the show and said that Rhodes' present, which was a title bout case, was for one night only. When Rhodes opened, he smiled and carried the case away. This has led many fans to assume that it will be the winged WWE title inside that case. Fightful Select has learned that there have been discussions to use the Winged Eagle title, and Cody Rhodes has pushed for it. Rhodes has repeatedly made it clear he wants to see the Winged Eagle title return, dating back to his WWE return back in 2022. In September 2024, Rhodes stated that he was actively working on trying to bring the title back. Fightful Select has learned that a number of talent have mentioned bringing back classic titles, with Cody being among the most vocal. There is also a contributing factor. This was also a contributing factor to the WWE Tag Team titles having a more classic look to them on SmackDown. WWE even did a photo shoot with classic titles years back. The World titles and Tag titles on Raw were done as a homage to the big gold belts with WWE branding, which Fightful have been told has been important to WWE. As one would guess, branding and getting those titles in the hands of celebrities and athletes has proven successful for WWE. WWE previously debuted the Winged Eagle title in 1988 and used it until 1998 when a new championship was introduced as the Attitude Era was heating up. Now, going to AEW Dynamite, winter is coming last night. Adam Cole has a date booked with MJF. Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly might have been united in the past, but at the Winter is Coming edition of AEW Dynamite, they fought to see who would face Maxwell Jacob Friedman for the Dynamite Diamond Ring at World's End on December 28. After a back-and-forth bout that saw MJF try and dictate the winner, it was Cole who rolled up his former tag team partner to pick up the victory. In the early stages, it was Cole who got the better of O'Reilly, but after O'Reilly got himself going, Cole looked a little conflicted as to whether he wanted to carry on fighting his friend. However, O'Reilly was extremely focused and took advantage with tough strikes and submission attempts heading into the picture-in-picture break, where O'Reilly continued to dominate. Coming out of the break, Cole landed a big strike and went for the Panama Sunrise, which led to a brainbuster from Cole onto his knee for a 2 count. After a double down caused by a series of strikes and counters, O'Reilly put together a series of submissions that Cole managed to escape from. They worked their way into the corner, where Cole was finally able to land the Panama Sunrise. Cole looked to hit the boom, but as he ran to the ropes, O'Reilly picked his ankle for an ankle lock that Cole escaped from by rolling O'Reilly to the outside. On the outside, Cole landed a nasty super kick that laid out O'Reilly, and when they got back into the ring, Cole looked to go for the finish, but as he stood ready, MJF ran out from the crowd with a Dynamite Diamond Ring and swung for the fences. However, Cole ducked and knocked MJF off the apron, leading to O'Reilly rolling up Cole for a near fall in the midst of everything. O'Reilly went back to the ankle, but Cole saw an opening and rolled up his former partner for the victory. After the match, Cole and MJF traded verbal barbs from a distance, while the Undisputed Kingdom came out to console O'Reilly on the loss. Cole went for a handshake, but O'Reilly was having none of it and marched to the back out of frustration. Now, speaking of World's End, the AEW World Championship will also be on the line after a wild brawl following the opening match of AEW Dynamite on Wednesday. AEW World Champion Jon Moxley issued a fatal four-way challenge for World's End to the men who have been vying for his title for weeks, battling one another and Moxley himself. Moxley's tag team match, a fellow Death Rider Pac against Jay White and Orange Cassidy, ended in a double disqualification due to outside interference. After a flurry of offense from both teams during the match, Wheeler Yuta hopped up on the apron but ate an orange punch. Hangman Adam Page then appeared and beat down Moxley, causing the disqualification. Page brawled with Cassidy after he pulled him off Moxley, and White also got involved, hitting Cassidy with a Blade Runner after catching an orange punch. The Death Riders got involved and beat down the 3 men in the ring. Following the brawl, Moxley cut a promo backstage where he said the egos are running AEW. He issued the challenge to the men, including Cassidy, who he beat at Full Gear, in addition to White and Page, who have been locked in a feud since White's return. Of course, Christian Cage still looms with his contract for a title match and was shown cutting a promo in the audience after Moxley's challenge. Now, the AEW Continental Classic continued last night with several matches taking place on Dynamite. Winter is coming. The 2024 Continental Classic continued during this week's Dynamite with 2 bouts in the Gold League. Will Ospreay defeated Claudio Castagnoli to earn 3 points, tying Castagnoli's total of 6 points at the top of the Gold League with 3 matches left to go. The bout started quickly with Castagnoli running towards Ospreay as the bell rung, only to have his momentum reversed into a Spanish fly for the 2 count. Towards the closing stretch, Castagnoli looked to leverage his advantage, landing a very European uppercut and setting up Ospreay for the neutralizer, only for his opponent to reverse into a jackknife cover for the pinfall. Castagnoli looked to get his revenge after the bell rung, but found himself chased away by Darby Allin. Darby is scheduled to face Ospreay during next week's show. Ricochet later notched himself another 3 points with a victory over Brody King against the grain of his bout. King dominated much of the action, hammering down on Ricochet with powerful offense and absorbing what little offense his opponent offered up, kicking out of a 450 splash at one point before breaking out of the latter pin attempt by grasping his opponent's throat. Ricochet would endure until a top rope move left the turnbuckle exposed, allowing him to send King headfirst into it before landing a spirit gun twice to secure the victory. Ricochet, Ospreay and Castagnoli sit atop of the Gold League with 6 points apiece. Darby Allin and Brody King each hold 3 points, while Commander, having replaced Juice Robinson, has yet to chalk up anything on the board. Now, surprisingly, Toni Storm, she is now back, but not timeless anymore. Toni Storm is back in AEW, but she's dropped the timeless Toni Storm gimmick and reverted back to her classic black and red era, and she greeted the AEW Dynamite crowd and stared down AEW Women's Champion Mariah May following May's title defense against Mira Shirakawa on Wednesday. May defeated Shirakawa with the Storm Zero after the pair's friendship ended when May attempted to attack Shirakawa with a champagne bottle at Full Gear. Shirakawa immediately went after May following the bell ringing, throwing hands and getting the champion onto the ropes and then the mat. Shirakawa put May into a figure 4 leg lock and held it until both rolled out of the ring, with May landing on her knee. May battled back and sent Shirakawa into the steps, into the ring, and also into the barricade. As the pair were battling, Thunder Rosa was seen in the crowd holding up signs, yelling at May and saying she was not her champion. Shirakawa hit May with a spinning back fist in the ring, but May caught her with a headbutt as Shirakawa hit another and both went down. May hit a Mayday, but her former friend kicked out. Shirakawa countered a second one and May kicked out. The champion hit the Storm Zero for the victory, and Storm's original music hit, and she came out onto the stage looking like her old self and also in colour. She looked to the crowd as May and Rosa looked on from the ring, and also in the crowd respectively, looking very, very surprised. And finally, we have the ratings for Monday's edition of Raw on USA Network. Raw has consistently hovered around 1.5 million viewers since reverting back to its 2-hour format in October. Last week's edition of the show drew the highest number the Red Brand has seen since August due to high-profile matches such as Seth Rollins versus Sami Zayn and Gunther versus Dominic Mysterio taking place, as well as the explosive breakup of the New Day. However, this Monday's Raw couldn't be more different. According to WrestleNomics, Raw averaged 1.386 million viewers and posted an 0.43 in the key 18 to 49 demographic, which is the lowest number the show has drawn since the September 13 edition. When comparing both categories to the week prior, total viewership was down by 19%, and the 18 to 49 demo also dropped by 20%. Despite pulling in its second worst audience of 2024, Raw's overall viewership compared to this time last year is up by 18%, while the 18 to 49 demo also has increased by 20%. Raw still managed to rank third on cable for the night in the 18 to 49 demo, trailing behind Monday Night Football and its pre-game program on ESPN. It's possible that the NFL game between the Dallas Cowboys and the Cincinnati Bengals could be the main reason for Raw's poor rating on Monday night, as the game not only aired across ABC, ESPN and ESPN2, but was also featured in a special Simpsons-themed telecast on Disney Plus and ESPN Plus. All three networks combined average 18.645 million viewers for the game. When Raw moves to Netflix in January, they'll be better suited maybe to compete with the remainder of the NFL season on Monday nights. But there you go, guys, the latest pro wrestling news for you. Be sure to smash the like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe bottom right hand corner. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.